I want to talk about the importance of viewing, or rather interpreting your time and envisioning it as a precious gem. Because you see, I believe that your time is, in fact, akin to a precious gem, especially if you value yourself. Because in order to achieve a certain level of success in life, you must view yourself and your time as a precious gem. And why do I believe this to be the case, you might ask? Well, you see, a precious gem, or gold, or any sort of treasure whatsoever, is sought after because very few, or in fact nobody, possesses it. But you see, this creates a certain level of mystery and desire. Because you see, people desire what they cannot have. They desire what is rare and hard to obtain. And I do not say this so that you become manipulative. But what I mean to say is that you must view yourself as a precious gem. And do not let everybody have access to you, to your time, to your words, to your knowledge, to you. You must be selective. And you must focus solely on yourself first, always. And I'm not trying to tell you to neglect the people in your life. No, quite the contrary. I believe that you should have meaningful relationships, reciprocal relationships based off of respect and love. But you see, I think in order to cultivate these kinds of relationships, you must first value yourself. Because once you value yourself, you are going to consequently value the other person as well, as much as you value your own time. And when you decide to give time to somebody else, it will be meaningful. And you won't be simply giving them your time because you're bored. No, it'll be the opposite. I believe that once you view yourself as a gem and as a valuable piece, once you decide to give somebody your time, or once you decide to give effort into a relationship with another person, it will be intentful. And you will approach it with a certain level of consciousness and order, which is needed, especially as a man. You must always offer orderliness to a relationship, a structure. And I think that your life must be structured first before you can do this. And I believe this to be an advantageous idiosyncrasy of not only a male, but also a woman, but just a person in general. Because you see, most people are not like this. But you see, most people are in relationships with people, and these relationships are not based off of mutual respect. They are not based off of love and admiration. There's no structure or order to these relationships. But you see, people seem to involve themselves with people frivolously, without any sort of discipline or intent whatsoever. But you see, this is why you must become scrupulous and disciplined. So that when you do decide to offer your effort into a relationship, it is done with intent. And this is why, as I've been speaking about, this is why silence, patience, and discretion are extremely important, because you see, these three tenets build a structured, disciplined character. And you will be able to go out into the world and implement your vision in a way that is conducive to the progression of whatever you decide to put your effort into. And I think I'm more talking about personal relationships here, because obviously personal relationships are something that is very important in our lives. We're always going to have to deal with people. And we're always going to be in relationships with people, whether that be a significant other, a family member, or a friend, or just an acquaintance. But you see, I believe that when you view yourself as a precious gem, as I previously elucidated, when you begin to view yourself this way, as a valuable piece, you will begin to become extremely selective with the people and the things and the behavior that you allow in your life. And I want to talk about reciprocity and the importance of reciprocity in a relationship. In any relationship, whether it be with a family member, a friend, a significant other, or an acquaintance. You see, one thing that you should do and pay attention to is the amount of effort the other person is putting in, and also the amount of effort you are putting in. You see, I believe that in order to keep a healthy, well-balanced dynamic, the effort must be equal on both sides. It must be a reciprocal endeavor. So therefore, if you find yourself putting in too much effort to a relationship, if you feel as if you are always the one initiating the conversation, what I want you to do is to retract. To practice silence, patience, and discretion. Because what this is going to do is allow you to contemplate. And it's going to give you, or rather it's going to broaden your perspective. And you see, you learn a lot in silence. You allow the other person to show you that they value your relationship. Because you see, when you retract your effort and your presence, your words, when you do this, what you are doing essentially is giving the other person the opportunity to prove to you that they value this relationship, that they want to be a part of your life. And this is very important, because you learn a lot. Because you see, if you retract your attention, your effort, if you do not initiate conversation, and then they talk to you, if they start the conversation, well, this is good, because that means that there is a certain amount of reciprocity, that this is an equal relationship in terms of effort, that you're both putting in the same amount. And this is very important, and you must be scrupulous and pay attention to this, because you do not ever want to put in too much effort, especially with a woman. You must offer her structure, order, and consciousness She wants to be led by you. She does not want to lead you. She wants to be the follower. And I know this is harsh. And I know that this is something that most men probably do not want to hear. But I believe this to be true. Well, at least from my experience, that is. Life is hard. You're going to feel anxious, angry sometimes. Emotions are going to happen. But you need to realize that the best thing you can do for anger, or for any emotion whatsoever, is to wait. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is, if you have a complaint, let's say in a personal relationship or an intimate relationship with a woman, if she isn't doing something that you want her to be doing, do not complain to the woman. She does not want to hear your complaints. Rather, be silent. Think about it, write about it, and offer her order. Offer her a solution. Do not come to your woman with problems. She does not want to solve your problems. She wants you to solve your own problems. She wants you to solve the problems for their relationship, so that she can feel comfortable leading or following you. So that she can feel comfortable in the fact that you are leading her. And I know most men don't want to hear this. They want to complain to their woman. But don't do this. This is the worst thing you could ever do. Do not ever complain to your woman. Instead, be silent. Integrate the 3 tenets which I've been speaking about so that you can gain perspective. And you will figure out a solution to the problem. You will. Because you see, life is like a stream and it's continuously flowing. So even though you're angry in a specific moment, you will not be angry in the future. This emotion will pass. The anxiety will pass. The ambivalence will pass. So be silent. Do not let people know what you are feeling. Become like a stone, like a gem. You see, a stone is immovable. It does not tell you or show you what it is feeling. It is stoic. Be like a stone. Be like a tree. Be silent. Because this is going to broaden your perspective. And it's going to give you insight. And this is important, especially as a man. Because as I said, you must continuously offer order, solutions, and consciousness to the world, and in particular to your woman. This is what she craves from you. She craves direction. She craves leadership. She wants to be led. She wants to know that if something goes wrong, that you can stay strong and remain calm. And she also needs to know this because if you plan on having children with her, she needs to know that you can control your emotions. Because babies are not necessarily agreeable. And they're going to challenge your emotions. And if you are not emotionally stable as a man, she's going to notice this about you. And she's not going to feel comfortable starting a family with you. Because you are not in control of your emotions. You do not have discipline. You are not offering order and structure and leadership. And this is what she craves from you. And yes, I know most men do not want to hear this. They want to cry, complain. Well, this is life. Life isn't fair. And the strong prevail. But the good news is that you can harden yourself. You can become disciplined. This is possible. Unequivocally, this is possible. I believe this wholeheartedly. And all it takes is a little bit of effort. Every single day. Put in some effort. That's all it takes. Just some effort. Get off the computer. Take your dick out of your fucking hand. And get to fucking work. It's really that simple. Put the video game down. Put the cookie down, son. Stop watching that stupid show you've been watching for 3 weeks. Get your ass in the gym. Because you see, going to the gym is going to make you feel good. You experience those endorphins and then you get addicted to them. And it's a good thing because it's a good habit. And it's also going to give you mental clarity. It's going to help clear your mind. You know, because when you get frustrated, that's just energy. It needs to be released. And you need to put it into a positive outlet. Like I said, stop playing video games. Stop doing all these things that you know are bad for you. Instead, view yourself like a precious gem. As I said. And do all the good things. Do all the necessary things that you know that you should be doing. But you're not. Because why? You're undisciplined. You're intemperate. And that's fine. But realize this and scrutinize yourself. You see? You should always scrutinize yourself because that's going to help you to get better. Recognize your weaknesses. Strong men have weaknesses, but they know what they are. And they work at them. And they acknowledge them. Do not become narcissistic and believe that you only have strengths. No, it's the strongest men know that they are full of weakness, that they are undisciplined in areas that they need to be disciplined in, but they are aware of this. So being consciously aware of that, you can work on it, and you can pay attention to it, and you can realize when you're falling off the path, and you must continuously stay on the path. Always stay on the path. Do not veer from the path, as Miyamoto Musashi said, and think lightly of yourself and deeply of this world, as he also said. And this is very important. And this is something that you should assimilate and integrate into your character, because it is undoubtedly going to benefit you. And you should continuously be striving for excellence in everything in life. And you should be silent so that you can structure reality, the reality around you, so that you can speak your vision into existence and manifest anything that you desire. This I believe, and this I know you can do. And you must continuously talk positive to yourself, because positivity will give you what you want. Do not talk negatively. Do not complain to the world, because you do not have what you believe you should have. That's hubris. You don't have what you want because you have not put in the work to get it. Point blank, fucking simple. The world's not going to give you what you think you desire. The world is going to give you what you are, right? You are what you are, and you have what you are, and you manifest what you are. The world is a teacher. If you do not have what you think you should have, well, maybe you should pay attention. You don't have what you think you should have because you want the person that you think that you are. You're lying to yourself. You're fucking deluded. And this is important. And this is why as men we should always have accountability for ourselves and for our actions. And we should also surround ourselves with other strong men who have strong minds, who are disciplined and scrupulous, and understand the importance of discretion. Brotherhood is the most important thing. And if you want to fucking complain, well, surround yourself with strong men. And then if you have a complaint, go complain to them, and they'll tell you what the fuck is up. You see, if you're surrounded by strong men, if you have strong men in your circle, and you go complain to them, you know what they're going to tell you? Surely they might offer you insight, and that's good. But they're also going to tell you to get the fuck over it, to do something about it, to take action. Don't dwell on the past. And don't let your emotions control your decisions. You can do something about it. You can change. You can change the situation for the better with your discipline, with your effort and action. And strong men know this, and they will tell you this. And if you're surrounded by men who are weak, and when you complain to them, they offer you pity and sympathy, well, you should take yourself away from these men and go find some men who are going to make you be accountable for your actions. And you should surround yourself with these type of men. This is very important. And you should never complain to your woman, ever. You should always offer her support, structure, order, and leadership, because this is what she craves from you. And when you offer her this, you will get what you crave from that woman in return. More vulnerability and love. And she will submit to you and open herself up to you because she knows that you are being because she knows that you are leading her.